Hello everybody and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now today I am here with the DAf XF Euro 6. Now this is the base DAF that you get with Euro Truck 2, and I just realized I have a customization dot that I didn't change. Well, I'll be getting rid of that. That light down there on the bottom of the grill shouldn't be there. Let's just not look at that. But this has a bit of an enhancement to it. It has a heavy haul chassis. Now this isn't the heavy haul chassis that comes with the DLC that's coming out. I'm not sure if this video is going to be out before the DLC or not, but there is a DLC coming to Euro Truck that adds heavy haul chassis and trailers to the game, so that's nice and I'm looking forward to that. But this is a mod, and this is going to be my second mod review. The last one I did was of the illegal Scania, which was an interesting truck. But this truck, I'm going to fire it up and we're going to go over, we're at the DAF dealer here. I'm just going to take it over to the mechanics, which I'm going to set a waypoint to now. And I'm going to drive it over there so you can get a feel for what it sounds like and so on. Then I'm going to show you the different customization options you can do with it and so on. If I can grab my controller and get in, I'll fire it up. Now it doesn't have any sound mods or anything like that extra. It's all standard. You have the standard DAF dashboard and that kind of thing. You have your gear indicator there underneath your rev counter, and I have the fuel display up just because it's nice keeping track of your fuel and so on. So we'll get it into fourth. Should be decent here. I might want to go a little bit. Oh, I have a parking brake on. I do have a different type of transmission where this is a heavy haul truck. I put kind of a heavy haul-ish transmission in it. It's a 16 speed, and I'll go over the different transmissions that the truck has from standard once we get into the repair shop. But it drives fairly nicely. I did go on DAF's website actually and look at what different engines the XF Euro 6 could get for their 8x4 variant, which this one's slightly different. I'll go over that again once we get in. I'll show you the different types of chassis we can get. But I basically kind of, for what information was available, tried to make it as realistic in some ways as possible with engine and that kind of thing. But it's a really nice truck to drive. I mean, it's basically like the default DAF in the game, which is a relatively nice truck with a few different tuning options added onto the top, which is always nice. And of course I have a traffic density mod installed, which, okay, you're gonna let me through, thank you, which makes even more traffic spawn, so it's even harder to get across junctions like that. So we'll pull up here to the garage and we'll go in and I'll show you what different options there are. Now you can have the different cabs. I just want the space. I'm not going to click on the different cabin options here. They're the default ones that you give the DAF. You can have your little arrow bit there, or you can have the really tall one with the weird lights on the top. I just don't want to reset any of the paint or any other accessories there. Actually, yeah, no. I'm going to leave it. Those are relatively standard. If you want to look at those, you can just jump into a regular DAF and see them. Now here's where it gets interesting. You have the default chassis for the DAF, and then you come down to the bottom, you have these FTM chassis. Okay, that's just going to reset the paint, so I'm fine with that. You can have a mid-lift, which gives you kind of a standard 8x4, 2 powered wheels at the back, and then at the front you have your 2 steering axles. You can have it with the mid-lift and the extra tanks to give you more fuel. And then you can have a rear lift, which is quite interesting. I have the rear lift with the tanks. And this, if you're going to do any kind of heavy haul with, say, like Jazzy Cat trailers that are going to be like 60, 70 tons, I would definitely go for this configuration. Because as of the time I'm recording this video, before the DLC for heavy cargo drops, there's still the bug that if you have a really heavy trailer on the back, the front end will lift up. Which means if you're on power, you don't really have much steering. And this rear axle, it's a tag axle, so when you're not hauling anything, you can lift it up and stuff. But it's also a steering axle, so when you have a really heavy cargo and it's lifting the front end up, you can have that, excuse me, that wheel down, and it will actually function as a bit of extra steering, so you still are affected by the bug. You still have a lot of understeer basically when you're on power, but you will still have a tiny bit of turning, so you don't have to completely let off the power to turn. So that's actually the option I went for. Now engines, you have the 3 or the 4 kind of standard engines, 410 up to 510, and then you have a 710 that the mod adds in. It's kind of a heavy haul engine. I just went with the 510 because that's the biggest engine that DAf actually offers in their XF series as of right now, from what their website said. Now transmission, I'm not actually sure exactly what's standard. I would assume the 12-speed, maybe the 6 speeds are standard. I'm not sure if the 16-speed is standard or if the mod brings it in. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I want the 16-speed with the retarder. Mostly because I like having the choice of more gears, especially if you're going to be doing any heavy haul. You want to have a choice of gears and give you a better torque range. So I just went with the 16-speed with the retarder. The interior, fairly basic. You have your standard and your exclusive. Nothing really changes there. The mod does bring in, if I can find where the skin is, this collet, I think is how it's pronounced. I could be completely butchering that. Heavy transport skin, which is actually quite nice skin. I do like it. It's nice and simple, but it looks really good at the same time. Now I'm not 100% sure what exactly comes in with the mod and not. I probably should have checked, but the door steps are all standard, and the regular accessories like your emblems and stuff are all going to be standard bits that come with the regular DAf. Now something that comes here, you have your choice of your different kind of underbars, but here's a couple things that come extra. You get this, it's called a written example tow bar. I don't know if written example is supposed to be there, but it's basically a tow bar you can put under, and it kind of protects you underneath of the truck, and like if you get stuck, you could have a tow truck hitch onto you there and kind of pull you away. And then you have this kind of little undercover. It's kind of a little bar that just comes up, protects the underneath of the engine. You can have it in chrome or paint, and the paint will change based on, if you go to your paint skin, you can change it around if you want. I had a tough time deciding whether I was going to go with the off-road cover or if I was going to go with the tow bar, and I ended up going with the tow bar. It kind of looks the part, and you would expect it to be on a really heavy haul truck. That way, if they do get stuck on a hill, they can have like a tow truck come and assist them, that kind of thing. And then you have, I'll turn the lights on so you can see this, these lights down here underneath the main beams. You can have them stock, which I think just turns them off maybe? You might be able to turn them on, I'm not sure. You can have them on as low beam or high beam. I kept them on as low beam just so I can have that little bit more light available to me. And then you have a ton of dots that you can put different things. You can put mud flaps. The mud flaps do kind of clip a little bit here, but it's nothing too major. So I mean, if you want mud flaps, you'd have them. You could also put on a ton of different lights and blinkers and so on. I did put on the side here, I did put on some blinkers on either side. So that's the front accessories. You can put a ton of different things on there. And then you can have around basically the outline of your main lights. You can have that either painted or stock. Now the painted on this skin will keep it white because that's the main primary color of the skin, I guess. I kind of wish it would keep with the theme of the paint that you could choose here. Like if I change this, it doesn't change that at all. I kind of wish it did. But that's too bad. So I just kept it stock. I think the chrome one looks really nice and classy on it. And then you have a few different options for your bulb bars. You have the regular ones, and then you have two different ones. You have the trucks, which doesn't look terrible. I'm not a massive fan of it, especially with the tow bar. It looks weird, but if you took the tow bar off, it might not look too bad. And then you have the Trucks Pro, which basically takes your meshing and takes it from a chrome to a paint, which if I was going to choose one, I would definitely choose the paint. It looks a lot better. And then on here you can put your different lights. It's actually interesting that it sits the lights in behind, give them protection. That's actually really nice. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of that bull bar. And then you have the regular standard bull bars. Unfortunately, think some of them clip like the Samurai kind of clip there. And I think there's a few other, I'm not actually sure. Yeah, that one kind of clips a little bit. Yeah, you can just have your basic bull bars on there, and so on. Basic mirror options, all basic light boxes except for that one. You can have the Ohaha light box. I'm not a massive fan of that, so I'm just going to stick with my Sting that has my, where did they go? My tones. And then back here is a dot for your, basically your default light bars or beacons. I do have a mod installed. I'll see if I can find a link to it. I can't remember where I found a link to it, but it's one that I've had for a long time. The most recent update to ETS at the time of this, so the most recent one before the DLC, I think it's 127 maybe, broke this beacon pack, and I can't remember if it's on a mod website or if I found it on a Facebook modding page. Somebody made a fix for it so they actually work in the game, these 3 different ones, and I just stuck this one. This one just seemed a little bit too big, and that one kind of sat there nicely, so yeah, I put on those. Where it gets kind of crazy, and I'll get to it in a minute actually, you can put your different tanks on. So you have your tanks regularly, and then you have your tanks plus. So I'm assuming that gives you an extra tank here as well to give you a bigger fuel range, but what's neat about this is it has down here along the bottom tank different combos you can do for brake lights and so on. So I just have a blinker, a reverse combo, a regular reverse, another combo, and a blinker. So relatively standard. And then you can paint your frame, so if you want your frame red for whatever reason, you can do it. And then if you want it paint or stock. Actually, I had it paint, and I don't actually like that much. I like it stock more, you can see more detail. And then basically the last thing other than the wheels, there's nothing special about the wheels. It doesn't come with any tires or hubcaps or anything like that. I just stuck Michelin's on with some kind of heavy haul, kind of blinging away wheels. I have some hubs covers on with some painted dark silvers all the way around. But where it gets crazy is your side skirts. So you can have it with outside skirts. Let's see if I can remember what my... Okay, so full protection side skirts extra. So I'll just show you a couple different. I'm not going to go through them all. But you can have it like that, and you can have... or you can have it without any. So you just have your regular non-covered wheel hubs there. Or you can have it front, and then you have options for middle and rear. So just switch it so that you only have one covered, and then you can have 2 of them covered, and so on. It's basically every different combination. The plus does all 3. Extra would put no cover or side paneling, but it would paint your kind of in-between bits, your wheel arches there. And then you can have your extra front, middle, rear, and then your combinations of them. And then your plus is all of them, but actually that plus does clip a little bit there. You don't notice it so much with the plastic ones, but you do notice it with the painted, so just beware of that. If you're going to have that axle up, it is going to clip a little bit. Not that it's really going to matter. And then you can have plastic side skirts with your plastic in between, and then your different combinations of front and middle and so on. And then you can have the plus, which does all 3, which does clip through. And then you can have the one that I like personally, because if you're going to be a heavy haul, you're not really going to put anything up above your wheels. You might put the plastic ones. Maybe. They'll probably get beat all to crap though, probably, because they're going to stick up quite a ways. So yeah, I just went with this one. It looks really nice with the paint. I was hoping that I could get the side skirt painted. I was hoping I could get the side skirt painted with the in-between arches plastic. I think that would look the best, but unfortunately that's all you can get. And then you have this, which you can get them kind of the way I wanted, except it puts this plastic bar underneath the white here, and I'm not a fan of that at all. I think it doesn't look as good as having it painted white. So yeah, there's quite a few, and then you have your combo plus, which does that, and then what else? Okay, so yeah, you get your all paint basically. So yeah, there's quite a few different options, and then if you want to go full show truck, you can just have an entire basically body of it, and you can put lights all over it, and you can put your different things back here. You can put your parking lights and your reversers and all that, which, I mean, it looks amazing. And if you wanted to go through and customize all your lighting and all that, it's a great option. I love it, if I'm being completely honest. It's an awesome, just an awesome bit of kit there. But I am going to go back, where did it go? To that one, because that's the one I prefer. It doesn't look as nice, but if you're going practical, I mean, it's what you're going to go for. And on the inside, there's not a whole heck of a lot of customization. You have kind of your dots to put your cabin accessories in if you want. I am actually going to, since I forgot to do it, see if I can remove this mirror. Okay, I can't. I was going to see if I could remove that mirror, at least even paint it would be nice, but can't remove it. You can put your GPS here. There is a GPS down here that does work. The only annoying thing is, I hate it on some trucks, it has it and some it doesn't. On your info display, you can't have your speed. And I like having like a digital display of my speed. The speed on this is fairly decent. You can read it fairly well, so you don't really need it that much, but I like having the digital display of my speed. That way I don't have to have the rotor visor up to monitor my speed. So yeah, with this truck, it's passable because the speedo is really good. You can actually see the lines and everything perfectly. But other than that, that's basically the truck done. I don't think I really actually changed anything. I don't know why it's wanting me to pay, but okay. I might as well just service my truck while I'm here. So we'll go back out and I'll show you the truck a little bit more. I'll pan around it a little bit for you. Oh, the truck was actually still on. That's interesting. So yeah, it is a fairly nice truck. I do definitely recommend you check it out if you like the DAf at all. Even if you're not a massive fan of the DAf, I mean, I generally don't drive a DAf too often. This mod is an extremely good mod. And if you, like I said, if you are going to be hauling anything heavy, say when the new heavy haul cargo comes out, you want to try this mod out, they should hopefully have the physics fixed. You shouldn't have to worry about the front end lifting up too much, but if you don't have the DLC or they don't have the physics fixed by the time this video comes out, then I would definitely recommend going for the rear steer axle there, because it will make your life a heck of a lot easier. It's a little bit of a pain in a way to get used to, just because it shortens your turning circles so much more than you anticipate. But when you're hauling something like before I record this video, I tested the truck out with a 70-ton generator trailer from Jazzy Cat's Trailer Packs, and it was lifting the front end up, and if I didn't have the rear steer axle, it would have been an utter pain to try and navigate through any corner. But yeah, if you're going to be hauling something 70 tons, I would also go for the 730 engine. I stuck with the 510 and almost regretted it. Getting onto one of the freeways, or highways, whatever they're called, the on-ramp where it goes up such a steep hill, I was in first gear and I couldn't go up it. I had to lock the diffs and I was basically crawling up it at a kilometer an hour. So yeah, definitely if you're going to be doing many heavy haul things, get the rear axle steer in the largest engine you can in this, because you're not going to regret it. Okay, I'm going to go back and get rid of that light. Which dot is it? Go away. Yes, I got you to remove a light and you're going to be $500 back. Thank you. So yeah, that's the DAf. It's like I said, it's a really nice truck. I'm really enjoying it, and the skin is amazing. There's the beacons working and everything. So yeah, if you want to check out this mod, I'll put a link in the description. And if I can find the fix for the beacons, I will also put that in the description. That way, in case anybody has broken beacons, they can use them. Because I know it's really annoying having a decent beacon pack like that and them just not working. So I'll see if I can find that fix and put it in the description, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. But I'll definitely put the link to the truck mod in the description. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this truck to any of you guys that want to try out any of the heavy haul type stuff. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, hit the like button, be sure to subscribe, and until next time, goodbye.